The destruction led one man who actually calls Southwest Florida home to leave his wife and daughter here to go fight in Israel.
That had to be a tough call,
Yeah.
but Logan Aliff's parents are still there. So 5 days ago, he woke up in Fort Myers, saw the horrors taking place in the Holy Land. This morning, he's on the front lines. Wake News reporter Claire Galt has his story.
Logan Aliff is in Israel, fighting for the Israeli army. He could not tell me where. He could not tell me what his mission is, but he could let me listen. As gunshot,
You hear that?
after gunshot, rang out.
It is very, very bad. There are a lot of soldiers were killed. A lot of Yeshuvim on the border were burnt to the ground. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's not good.
Logan grew up in Israel, but now lives in Fort Myers. He attends Chabad Lubavitch of Southwest Florida. Rabbi Yitzchak Minkowicz knows him well. We FaceTimed Logan together. Rabbi Minkowicz told me after Hamas crossed the border from Gaza into Israel Saturday and began to torture, brutalize, and kill people, Logan came to him.
A young man with a young wife and a young child. And he comes over to me and says, Rabbi, I'm torn. Do I go to Israel and fight for our country? Or, do I stay with my wife and my young daughter? And I said, Logan, this is a decision you have to make.
Logan told me it's his duty to fight for his country, for his people, because they would rise to protect his family, still in the Holy Land.
My parents live in Netanya. I have to go and protect them. My wife and daughter and the family, they're in the United States. They're fine. Everybody's fine. This is just, you can't let it go. This is unprecedented.
Sitting there, stood up in tears. I gave him a hug and I told him, Logan, wow, what an inspiration. Thank you, Logan. God bless you. You should have the strength.
Logan told me having strength feels like fear. Sometimes it means mourning your brothers and your sisters.
3 guys from my unit a long time ago, they were killed in the initial action. And another friend of ours, rockets attacked during his funeral. The civilian population is hysterical, and they should be.
But strength, Logan told me, is fighting anyway. For your country, your people, and for what is right.
It's nothing to be scared of.
At the end of the tunnel, it gets very, very dark. The darkness before the light. I believe we're holding right now in the darkness before the great light.
Claire Galt, Wink News.
And while Aliff cannot tell us where he is or what he's doing, he says he's safe for now. He actually served many years ago in Israel's Special Forces Undercover Terror Unit. So he says he knows terrorists, he knows how to take them down, and that is exactly what he plans to do.
And you can think of his family as they're here waiting
Yes.
for him. Well, many of our neighbors have a connection to Israel. Some even have family that live there. Paula Feldman may live in Southwest Florida, but Israel is her home away from home. At the age of 17, she took her first trip there, and ever since, it's just held a special place in her heart. And now she is watching helplessly as they continue to be attacked.
The entire country of Israel had somebody who died or was taken hostage. Everyone had at least a friend or a relative, because it's a small country.
And the close-knit community can be felt here as well. In the Naples area alone, it's estimated there are over 10,000 Jewish people, with many of them that have family members who live in Israel.
Up this morning, what are the odds that your child's school bus will actually be on time?
I have to leave him home and say, hey, Demetrius, make sure you're sitting out the door waiting for this bus to come.
When my children are getting on the bus, the bell is ringing for school to start.
Wow.
Yeah, all of these parents in these pictures talked to us in late August, frustrated because school buses are always late. They have no clue when their child will get to school or get home. The busing issue, though, is nothing new for Lee County schools.
It's just stress for parents because they don't know what to do. But the district is moving to more traditional neighborhood schools in hopes that will help. They changed zones for elementary students last year, and now they're doing the same thing for middle schoolers.
Wink News reporter Tiffany Rizzo is live at district headquarters this morning. And Tiffany, how will these new zones help with busing?
Lindsay, the idea is to have fewer routes for bus drivers and less wait time for students to go to and from school. So now the school board is going to take a look at this new middle school proximity map draft in a workshop today, but this will not go into effect until the next school year. So let's take a look at this new middle schooler map draft. There are 9 zones, just like they did with elementary schools. They have shrunk the school zones where parents can choose to send their kids, keeping them closer to home. This change will allow the school district to restructure how it gets kids to and from school and potentially solve the chronic bus driver shortage. Moms and dads will have a chance to pick their kids' schools. They just won't have as many choices. It's already in effect for elementary students, and now it's middle schoolers' turn. Who will be affected by this? Incoming 6th grade students, middle school students new to the district, and rising middle school students living outside their current school's proximity zone needing transportation. If a child is outside the new zone, school transportation won't be provided, so parents will either have to move kids to schools in their zone or drive them. They're having a lot of frustration about the school bus situation, and the Lee County School District hopes proximity zoning will help.
We have problems with the buses system. I understand that. But over and over and over daily, come on, that's crazy.
Through proximity, we'll have the right amount of drivers to match to the number of routes we're going to need.
I kind of have a learning curve because my sister, she's done this before. She's got 2 girls. She's got one in first grade and one in high school. So she's done kind of all this before. She's like, you need to download that portal. You need to pre-register because it's a nightmare.
And the proximity plan for middle schoolers will help solve the transportation issue, but not the teacher shortage. And once they get all of those kinks worked out, this plan will go into place for middle schoolers for the 2024-2025 school year. Reporting live in Lee County, Tiffany Rizzo, Wink News.
It's ready. It's crazy. We're still talking about this. The Powerball jackpot has been recorded now as the 2nd largest jackpot in the game's history. So no one took the big prize home yet. The drawing drew more than 3.7 million winning tickets at lower prize levels. So there is a chance you win something, including a $2 million prize won right here in Florida. So get those tickets. The next drawing is tonight.